This is the 2025 Nissan Murano Platinum. Is it worth every penny? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Or Nissan in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to take a look at this fully redesigned version of the Murano in today's Vehicle Visionary video. As always, if you want to know more about this particular model or anything else they have here at the dealership, be sure to check out the link down in the description of the video. And a very distinctive look. This is one of the best looking crossovers out there in my personal opinion. Everybody may not agree with that, but I think Nissan has done a very nice job here. You're going to have full LED lighting here on the front end. We're going to have our cube LED headlights, LED daytime running lights that are going to be down in this area right here, along with our LED turn signals. And you'll notice that everything flows right across here with the grille. We do have some gloss black, our updated Nissan badge, and an overall sleek look, I would definitely say. Now, you're not going to find any active air curtains here, but I don't think that's a big issue in this particular situation. You have your sensors in several different areas, so you know that you have a lot of great safety features. And you can go front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, this particular model being all-wheel drive. And speaking of that, let's work our way over here to the tires. Our tread width is going to be 255. We have a 50 series sidewall wrapped around the 21-inch wheels. What do you think about the design of these wheels? I think they actually look pretty nice. They have some similar accents to what we see on other areas of the vehicle. It's not all gloss black. I think that's a good thing. A little bit of a breakup with the dark gray finish. Definitely going to help things out where that is concerned. And with our power adjustable and heated side view mirrors, we have the turn signal indicators built in, gloss black for your mirror caps. You can see the camera right there. There's gonna be cameras on and around the Murano. And we're gonna have our blind spot monitoring right here. And one last thing to do with those side view mirrors, when I push the button right here, you're gonna notice that they're also power folding. I know a lot of you are looking for that, and here on the Platinum trim level, you would expect something like that. And I know a lot of you like to see that side profile view, so I'm going to give that to you real fast here just so you can see how everything looks from this particular vantage point. And you'll notice that we have our trim, a combination of some gloss black. We're also gonna have some chrome that works its way around right here. A nice finish where that's concerned. Body colored shark fin antenna and our rear roof spoiler right here. We finished things off here on the rear with the LED taillights. And something else that I really like that Nissan does so well here. A little hard to see in the sun, but the light goes all the way across. Hopefully you can see that that area is lit. The only breakup is going to be right here in the logo. It'd be kind of cool if that was illuminated, wouldn't it? The Murano logo, you can see our all-wheel drive logo in case somebody gets in the comments and says, that's not all-wheel drive. It does happen sometimes, folks, I promise. I don't know why people do that, but they do. But you can see the logo, also the Platinum logo right here. And you might wonder about what seems to be the lack of a rear window wiper. Well, it's not exposed, and I don't know how well I can show you because it's such a narrow area up here, but there is a rear window wiper located in this area. Under the hood is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 241 horsepower and 260 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. We'll go over here to the window sticker and take a look at the MPGs. We're looking at 21 city, 27 highway, 23 combined, and 4.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. I know a lot of you like to see the window sticker. You can pause the video and zoom in. You better do it soon because I'm about to end this scene. For a lot of people, this might be somewhat meaningless, but I know it's something I like to see on vehicles. You don't have to go hunting for any kind of a manual prop rod to keep the hood up. It has the struts right here that are going to do that for you. When it comes to your gas tank capacity, you're looking at 18.7 gallons, and you can drive roughly 483 miles on a single tank of gas. We're going to be looking at 32.9 to 63.5 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity. The advantage here is that we do have the hands-free liftgate or tailgate, depending on what you want to call that. The cargo cover right here is removable, so if you don't want to use that, it is somewhat of a intrusion, we'll say, when it comes to fully being able to use this area. But if you want to conceal away what's back here, obviously that's very useful, but you can easily remove that to make sure you have full access to all of your cargo capacity. We're going to have dual lighting here in the rear area, so very well lit after dark. And I like the fact that you have the releases right here. I already lowered the rear seats, but you can use those releases right there. There's one on each side to lower the rear seats, so no big deal from this area back here. There's also a release on the top of each seat itself. A little bit of space right here in this area behind the fender wells. And also, we're going to find some tie downs as well. Kind of hard to get my hand in there, but there we go. There is a tie down if you want to use that. Also, we're going to have these areas right here as well that really function as some kind of a bag hanger, whatever you want to put on there, any kind of a bag that will hold and fit. And while I don't have it open right now, there is a panoramic sunroof. The good news, if it gets too hot in the interior or for whatever reason you need to, you can conceal that away with the shade. Nothing out of the ordinary here, but one little trick I did want to tell you about. You'll notice that the tailgate is a little lower than it was before. If you open your tailgate and it's at this particular height and you say, I don't like that, or maybe you need to lower it, I'm going to go ahead and push it all the way up. To change that and reset it, you just hold down the button right here and you listen for the beeps. Now, when I open that back up again, it's going to open back up to where I set it. Let's see what your rear seat passengers are going to find. You have the shades right here, the manual shades, but they can be put in place on both doors for privacy or just to reduce any kind of sunlight coming in if it gets too warm, whatever the case is. Plenty of room with the armrest right here. I always like the nice flat armrests, and the door bin right here. Plenty of room where that is concerned. And let's see if I can show you right here. There is that release I was telling you about earlier that will allow you to lay these seats down if you want to do it from this area. I like the pattern that we have here. It looks nice. A very roomy interior, easy to get in and out. These door openings are nice and wide. And by the way, there is our panoramic sunroof. That is a power shade, by the way. I didn't say that earlier, so just in case somebody wonders about that, yes, you can control that via the right-hand switch up there on the upper console. I'm going to close the door right here. We're going to have the singular rear seat pocket or map pocket right there. The fold-down armrest. Let's see if I can get my hand in there. Sometimes it's a little more handy to have that strap right there to pull that down with. Not here, but I was able to do it. No big deal. Fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in. A little bit of space right there as well for storage. And on the rear of the center console, we're going to have everything that I know a lot of you like to have for your rear seat passengers. Not only dual air conditioning vents, we're also going to have the controls for the heated seats back here. This time of year, I know a lot of you can use that. You'll also find a couple of USB ports. And one more thing I did want to share about the sunroof. Yes, that front portion from here forward will open. And I wanted to make sure I showed you the remote. Everything you want is here. Remote start, lock, unlock. You can open and close your power tailgate back there. And you also have the panic button. One more thing I also wanted to show you about the door handles right here is going to be the fact that it has passive entry. It's only on the front doors, but that button right there, when you have the remote in your possession, you can lock and unlock all 4 doors from that button on the driver and passenger sides. Now let's hop on inside and see how things work here. One of the biggest changes obviously will be to the dash area, and I'll let you listen. And also watch as everything comes up. A very nice look. I like the animated graphics. It's not over the top, not too overpowering, anything like that. And you've got a little bit of that greeting music. And you might have seen this earlier, but I did want to show you a couple of things here with the price. There is your total price. Now there are a few things that have been added here, and you can see the difference in the price that makes and what has been added to the vehicle by the dealership. And for the driver and the passenger seat, both are fully adjustable. You can even raise and lower the passenger seat over there. Both have lumbar support, and both have this button, which is the massage function. Yes, that's right. You do have the massage function in the Murano. Very comfortable seats, plenty of room for the driver and the passenger up here. And via the control right there, you can control the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. We also have some of our other controls here, such as our Pro Pilot Assist. We can turn on the heated steering wheel and the control for our power tailgate. There is your power parking brake right there if you want to take advantage of that. And here is your steering wheel. A little bit of a different look for 2025. Now, personally, I like to see a third spoke right here, but some people might say, you know what, I like that. Just basically a single or two spoke, so to speak, area or design, I should say. But that's just my opinion on the matter. You also have your shifter paddles here to work your way back and forth through the 9-speed automatic transmission, and all of your controls here for your adaptive cruise control and everything else here that allows you to make adjustments on the screen up there. We'll talk more about that in just a few seconds. I did want to show you right here, you have the automatic, or you can turn the lights on automatically or manually, I should say, right here. Leave that off, whatever you want to do with that. And unfortunately, it's not automatic for the turn signals to work. So if you know how to use your turn signals and have been doing it for as many years as I have and realized that it isn't going to physically harm you, then good on you. You get a thumbs up and a Scooby snack for that. Can't really say anything sarcastic or funny about the front and rear window wiper control right here, but there it is. And let's go up here and take a look. We have two 12.3-inch screens. The driver's display and the touch screen over there both are 12.3 inches. And you can see that it's basically one screen. There's really no divider anywhere, although there is a little bit of a break in the screen itself right here. But I think that's a nice clean look. And overall, I really like what Nissan has done with the dash area. This area right here is not only looking nice cosmetically, but it makes it so much easier to manage the screen when it comes to doing so. You can just rest your hand right there. But I did want to go over a few things with the driver's display right here. As I said, you can go in and make quite a few changes, and all I'm doing is using the arrows and the scroll wheel right here. I can scroll my way through and go through a lot of different information. Driver assistance, if we want to see what all we have right there. Here's what we have. Intelligent cruise, lane centering assist. We're going to have lane assist, blind spot assist, emergency assist, traffic sign assist. And then underneath that, parking assist, driver monitor, your timer alert, and then low temp alert. And to get back out of that, all we're going to do is just push right there, and we can keep going out of that. And we can scroll our way through quite a few things. I'm just arrowing over, as you can see right there. I just want to make sure you can see what's going on. You can even bring your navigation up on the screen. That's nice to have. And your tire pressure, you can see what's going on with that while driving. So a lot going on here. I like the graphics. It looks really nice, but it's not complicated. That's what makes it even easier to deal with. Now, one thing that's interesting is you can control the driver's display or the center screen. And all I'm going to do is push that right there. You can notice which button is highlighted. That's going to determine what you can do. And you can see that I can now work my way over here and control what's going on with the screen. I don't have to touch it, especially if you're like Monk and you don't want fingerprints all over your screen. You're probably gonna have a fit because I'm gonna touch the screen in a little while, but that's just the way it goes in these videos. But just so you can see some of the options as far as your functionality goes here, you just push on that, or you can hit the back button, whatever you need to do. You've got all of that working for you, pretty easy to deal with. We can scroll our way through a lot of different screens and information here. But the good thing about it, while it seems to be a lot, that doesn't mean it's complicated. You have built-in Google Assistant, you can wirelessly pair your smartphone, and you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So a lot going on where this is concerned. We also have our interior lighting right here, and there is ambient lighting. That is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to a place where I can actually show you the ambient lighting. I'm going to make an attempt to do that. You'll know whether I did that or not later on in the video. But you know that it's here. You know that you have several different colors that you can choose from depending on what you want to do. You can also increase the brightness if you want to for that. And it shows you where the lighting ultimately is right here on the screen. Like I said, not going to go through too much of that, but I just wanted to show you a few of the things that are here. A very nice modern look. I really like what we have. It's the same thing as what we have with the fully redesigned Armada. Very nice, consistent look throughout the interior here. And that works its way down here to the control for your radio. You can turn it on and off and adjust the volume right there. That's nice. You can see all of your air conditioning vents here and the other one down there. Obviously, we have another one on the left-hand side of the dash area for the driver right there. Dual zone climate control is going to be right here. That's easy to deal with. There's your button to start and stop the engine. Wireless charging right here, minus the teenagerly voice crack we just had. Yep, you can laugh. If you make it to this point in the video, you might as well laugh at something and have a little entertainment to break things up. A couple of USB ports right there. Now here is our shifter. Tell me what you think about that. Do you like this push button shifter where we can go into reverse right there? We can hit neutral, or we can go into drive, and obviously that's going to be park. And nothing new here. This is not redesigned at all, but you still have your drive mode selector, and it's going to be the same thing as what we've seen in the past, where you see the drive mode selector on the screen, and then you see your drive mode. So you're going to have standard, eco, and sport mode. So depending on what you want, that's what we're going to have. And one more thing I wanted to show you here. Let me get out of this screen just so I can show you what's going on with everything. We're going to get rid of that. Here is the button, first of all, to turn on or off, depending on what you want to do, the start-stop system. So if you like it, you can turn it on. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. And the camera button right here. Very nice. I told you earlier in the video that there are cameras on and around the entirety of this Murano. And I wasn't kidding, was I? Because we can see everything that we have here. So you can see literally everywhere you need to see all around the vehicle. In fact, you can make selections right here if you want to go to different areas and see what's going on, even from the rear back there. But you can see what all is here. You can go into your settings if you need to do that. Saved locations, display settings, all of that's going to be your automatic 360 moving, and vehicle color. Now that doesn't mean you can change the vehicle color on the actual exterior. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody didn't say that. But since this is white, well, we can leave it white. I'll go back to that. But I did want to show you right here what I'm talking about. So notice when we go back, now it's blue. So depending on the color of your Murano, well, you can go in and change that. We're going to leave that like it is just because that's the color of the vehicle. And we'll also find cup holders down here, a little bit of storage space, and our center console. That's doubling as an armrest. I think that works pretty well. It's pretty comfortable. We push the button to open that up, reveal the space inside, and there is quite a bit. And earlier in the video, I told you about what's up here with the upper console. There's the control for your power shade, and there is how you open the sunroof itself. And something I'm starting to see less and less of, it seems, in more vehicles, a sunglass holder. But it is here. Nice to have that. A lot of great features going on. We also have the good old-fashioned glove box here that never has any gloves in it, but it's a glove box. That's what we call it. I don't know why, because I very seldom, if ever, somebody did play a prank on me one time in one of the videos I did with their personal vehicle where they put gloves in the glove box. But normally, that doesn't happen. And the same way as when we started the Murano, when you turn it off, you get some exit music. I guess that's what we can call it. And here we go with the lighting. I was telling you we're going to go into a darker atmosphere if I can get there, and we did. But I wanted to show you what I was talking about earlier with this light that runs all the way across, with the exception of the logo right here. Like I said, it'd be kind of cool if that was illuminated, at least that's what I think. But you can see how this looks here in the rear. And when it comes to the lighting on the interior, not only is the ambient lighting in the front seat, there's also a small amount here in the back seat area, but mainly in the front seat. Let's take a look at what we have where that's concerned. We're going to have that on the doors right here, just like we did with the rear. And we'll also have lighting throughout the interior in a few different areas, as you can see. Okay, here we go on our test drive. What is it like to drive this new Murano? Well, the ride quality seems to be pretty good. Sometimes you'll get more of a choppy ride with the crossover, but here it doesn't seem to be terrible. I did drive over some railroad tracks back there before I had turned the camera on, and it wasn't too bad. The experience of the ride quality wasn't bad. Got a little bit of noise. And unfortunately, it seems that my microphone tends to amplify noise. So I don't know what to tell you as far as that goes. For me personally, sitting here driving this Murano, the road noise doesn't seem to be too bad to me. But that's why you need to get in and drive these vehicles for yourself. I can try and give you the best feedback I can on the test drive, but it's better to just drive it for yourself, and then you can gain a more accurate assessment of what you consider to be acceptable or unacceptable, whatever the case is. But I will say the seats are definitely comfortable. There's a lot of adjustability here for the driver and the passenger, which is always a nice thing. Depending on what you may be cross-shopping, say Honda, one thing that is definitely different where that is concerned is the fact that none of Honda's passenger seats raise and lower. You do get that here. You can raise and lower the seat. All those features are there that I told you about earlier in the video. Easy to see out of, and I like the maneuverability. If you don't need a large SUV, a full-size SUV, this is definitely something a crossover will do you really well when it comes to getting around in large cities, large city settings, and tight spaces. And with all-wheel drive, I know a lot of you right now are dealing with a lot of snow. I'm making this video on January 23rd of 2025, and I know a lot of you have a lot of snow where you're living. This would be helpful for a situation like that because it's all-wheel drive, so you're going to have much better traction, obviously. That makes a big difference. The steering wheel itself is comfortable, and while you may not have neck-snapping horsepower, you're not meant to with this particular vehicle, it gets down the road no problem. I haven't tried it in sport mode yet. We'll try that here in just a second as far as the driving experience goes. Let's see what happens when I go into sport mode, see if I can tell a difference. Maybe a little bit, not a massive difference. Well, I can tell a little bit of a difference as far as the responsiveness of the engine. Definitely getting down the road quicker than I was previously in the normal mode. So that's a good thing to know. All the controls are easy to get to. That's always nice to have in any vehicle. I don't feel cramped here in the driver's seat. And as far as I can tell, whether you're 5 feet tall, maybe a little below, or 6 feet tall or over, well, you definitely will have no trouble adjusting the steering wheel and the driver's seat to a position where you're comfortable, you're able to see the way you want to. That is a good thing. No big deal where that is concerned. A lot of adjustability here. I don't feel cramped in the interior by any means, so very comfortable overall. And simple to use technology. I can't say that enough. That's one thing I like about these Nissan vehicles is the fact that the technology here is not complicated. It may look that way to people who have maybe never had something like this before, but once you use it and you get used to it, it's not too bad. Very simplistic. You almost don't even need anybody to tell you how to use it. Just hunt and peck your way through. In fact, I'll say this. If you can use your smartphone, you can use this infotainment screen. But I think Nissan has done a nice job here as far as all of the changes that were made overall. But the most important thing is, what do you think? So tell me what you think about the 2025 Nissan Murano Platinum. Is it worth every penny? What do you think about the changes that have been made for the 2025 model year? Did Nissan make the right changes and the changes you were hoping for? I'm curious to receive your feedback down in the comments section. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Or Nissan here in Shreveport, Louisiana for loaning me this Murano for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And please be sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss any future videos. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.